Swords are cool, right? You know what's also cool? Fire. So what happens if we combine these concepts into one? A magnum opus of coolness, if you will. That's where the Shishkebab comes in. Not to be confused with the Turkish appetizer, the Shishkebab is one of the most badass melee weapons in the Fallout series, able to cauterize wounds as soon as open them. So that's why I'm asking the question, can you beat Fallout 3 with only a Shishkebab? Here are the rules. I can only damage enemies with a Shishkebab, I can only wear Raider Blaster Master armor and a Raider Arclight helmet, and no companions can assist me on my journey. There are also some prerequisites, such as getting the Pyromaniac perk and all 3 schematics for the Shishkebab. I can also only play on very hard difficulty. With all that out of the way, let's begin. After being evicted from my mother's womb, I create the legendary Trogdor in human form, which I tried my best to make look like a pyromaniac. My mother's heart crashes the desktop, and I pick my special stats. 9 strength for extra melee damage, 9 perception for the explosive skill, 5 endurance so I can take some punishment, 4 charisma for the child at heart perk, 5 intelligence for skill points, 1 agility since I won't be using VATS much, and 7 luck for critical hits. At my party, I read Grognak the Barbarian for extra melee proficiency. Wait, Grognak? Trogdor? Must be a long-lost relative or something.
Look how they massacred my boy.
I sit there and take a beating from Butch, since Bethesda didn't want the game to turn into kids punching each other simulator, and then dodge Beatrice's poetry once more to make it down to the Radroach, which I can suddenly punch now. Ignoring Butch for a second time, I select my tag skills, explosives, melee weapons, and repair. Escaping the vault turns out to be a pretty standard affair, with me just ignoring everything and threatening the Overseer for the key. Finally able to get some fresh air, I even up my skills and pick the Lady Killer perk for extra damage. I trade all my vault equipment in Megaton for some stim packs, and then talk to Mr. Burke about a very special offer. Since my explosive skill is so high, I can rig the bomb to explode right away and set off for Tenpenny Tower in my undies. On the way there, I get harassed by mole rats, raiders, outcasts, dogs, and all manner of malcontents, using up a fair bit of my stim packs. And now I can finally blow up Megaton and send the children of Adam to their god. Wait a minute.
You dumb motherfucker!
At least the strength bonus from Buff Out and Alcohol isn't useless now. I also level up, increasing a few skills and picking Little Leaguer for the skill points. Going back to the Megaton ruins, which I can't sift through to find the bobblehead for some reason, I encounter Moira, who tells me she's going to Rivet City. Great, that means I can follow her there, right? Nope. Apparently all that radiation gave her teleportation powers. Heading there on foot, I get an ironic punishment from some fire ants, let Grandma Sparkle know that death is coming for her, discover the Citadel, discover the Jefferson Memorial, and see my precious schematics Lucky Harith is so rudely keeping from me. With Rivet City discovered, I head to Big Town and loot a bunch of good stuff from the nearby mailboxes, which makes me wonder why the residents haven't collected it all yet. I talk to the guards without a hint of sarcasm, and then quickly leave before they realize I wasn't joking. I then head over to Paradise Falls for another special offer, the capture of 4 important personnel. I try to see if I can commit septuple by standing next to an exploding collar, you can't, and then witness a man get turned into salsa. After a bit of trading, I leave and set off for an outcast base where I can just take their schematics without anyone getting upset. I ain't complaining. The aptly named town of Minefield has 2 important things, Arkansas and a bunch of parts for the Shishkebab. After Arkansas blows my head off a few times, I finally manage to hypnotize him and send him off to Paradise Falls. Heading back for my reward, I stumble across Lucky Harith and manage to buy my schematics from him. That's 2 down, 1 to go. I can finally create my Shishkebab, starting the reign of Trogdor and his quest to burninate all the villages. I then head to Tenpenny Tower and take care of my second mark, Susan Lancaster. Being a fellow Pennsylvanian, I take no pride in this, but what's done is done.
I'm off to bed. Sweet dreams.
My next stop is the Super Duper Mart for supplies and to test out my new toy. Leveling up, I increase explosives for the Pyromaniac perk and pick Child at Heart. Arfu is my next stop, as the town is being terrorized by Team Edward and they have a very special item I need. After reporting a murder to Evan, I go down into Moresti Station and find out where the bloodsuckers are hanging out. Here's the problem. Vance is carrying one of the Shishkebab schematics I need. However, I'm not strong enough to kill him before his friends can do the same to me. So instead, I use the Mesmetron to make Vance insane and escape into chaos as his buddies put him down. Technically, the Mesmetron does no damage when used this way, so it's fair game. With all three schematics, I can finally make a fully upgraded Shishkebab to terrorize the Wastes with. First person to terrorize? A little German girl. After watching some outcasts make a mess, I head into Smith Casey's and, as usual, activate the Chinese invasion protocol and escape with Liam Neeson. Also, as usual, this levels me up, where I put points into repair and get another rank of Little Leaguer. I trade one last time with Flack before sending him off to the big PF, and somehow avoid getting torn apart by security. That's 3 down, 1 to go. A few super mutant kills later, and I rescue Red, who I wait on hypnotizing for reasons you'll see later. I manage to defend Big Town from a whopping 3 or 4 more super mutants and level up, increasing repair even further and getting toughness as my perk. After taking some mentats, I managed to stitch Time Bomb up, obtaining the lucky 8 ball as a reward. This permanently boosts my luck by 1 as long as it's in my inventory. Speaking of luck, Grandma Sparkle has to go. She can't be allowed to curse this land any longer. I also kill Silver in turn, even though Megaton is already in ruins. Hey, for all I know, she could be Grandma Sparkle's estranged granddaughter or something. Red then gets sent to the big PF, and I meet with Dr. Lee and Liam Neeson to take back the purifier. Looks like it's mutant purging time. However, there's one turret I inexplicably cannot reach, meaning I can't complete the quest. Or maybe I'm just an idiot, I don't know. To vent my rage, I begin my grand crusade to burninate all the peasants, starting with Big Town.
Don't do that again. Last warning.
Watch it!
I then go to Moresti and unleash my inner Simon Belmont on all the bloodsuckers residing there. Freeing Ian and returning to Arfu for my reward. Oh, and to burninate their village.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
What we have here.
Leveling up, I increase science in an attempt to hack that turret that was causing me trouble, and pick Daddy's Boy for extra science and medicine skills. Mentats comes to my rescue once more, allowing me to turn off the turret and destroy it without issue. Except... it turns out I forgot a super mutant, which was the real reason I was prevented from finishing the quest. Oh well. I decide to leave a teddy bear in the drainage pipe for emotional support later. After some mindless busy work, The Enclave arrives, I remember to pick up my teddy, leave my teddy in the purifier to keep Liam Neeson company, and host a barbecue using power armor as a grill. Leveling up, I put points into medicine, repair, and melee weapons, and choose the perk Bloody Mess. After finding the location of Vault 87, I continue my burninating crusade, the next target being the Republic of Dave. On the way there, I exterminate the Roach King, who made a cameo in Fallout 4 by the way, and serve some raiders at a diner. Wait, is that a...
What's the matter? You killed
天上太阳红呀红彤彤哎，心中的太阳是毛泽东哎，他领导我的解放哎，正义翻身当家做主人。
No independent republics in my wasteland. Next on the list is Canterbury Commons, a mostly derelict trading town plagued by Comic-Con cosplayers. Taking care of myself in an alternate timeline allows me to reap the rewards for helping and slaughtering the town.
Look what we have here. Oh my God. You're going to pay for it.
I also pick up the Highwayman's Friend, which might be the subject of a different vid. Maybe. Andale is next on the chopping block, and while I can admire their exotic tastes, they still need to be burninated.
over here! Where? Bring it! What's the matter, huh?
Another town in need of burnination is Girdershade, and I use the word town lightly. It's literally 2 houses, 2 residents, and a Brahmin pen. Looks like someone isn't making it to Nuka World.
You've created a time paradox. You can't go changing the future like that.
My previous dealings with Paradise Falls makes clearing out the Temple of the Union a no-brainer. I then level up, increasing melee weapons and getting the last rank of the Little Leaguer perk. After fast traveling, I get jumped by some regulators and get hyped on every drug known to mankind before swinging into action. Now it's time to reduce all the hippies at Oasis to ash.
Oh! May he slice
Oh yeah, and I end this quest in the most fitting way possible by burning down Harold. I feel like Tenpenny Tower could use some new decor. A couple of severed spines over there, some fires over there. Just roll the clip. I use here and now to get melee weapons to 100 and medicine to 50 and obtain the finesse perk. Emptying Tenpenny Tower turns out to be a positive development, as I can collect the rewards in EXP for letting some ghouls into the place. And then I can collect the loot and EXP from killing them all. With Tenpenny Tower cleared out twice, I can safely leave it behind for greener pastures, and by greener pastures, I of course mean Little Lamplight. I use the Child at Heart perk to get let in, and then leave, as I don't want to tackle the greenskins just yet. First, I like to go bobblehead hunting. After crying over an unreachable quantum, I find the Endurance bobblehead inside the Deathclaw Sanctuary, and then find a sweet spot away from the Deathclaw so I can fast travel away. I then get reminded of a run from a simpler time, and then head to some actual greener pastures, or more specifically the greener pastures disposal site. You can probably guess what gives it its name. Inside an office building, I grab the Agility bobblehead. Let's recap. The Strength bobblehead, well, the Perception bobblehead was in the Republic of Dave, the Endurance bobblehead was with the Deathclaws, the Intelligence bobblehead was in Rivet City, and I just got the Agility bobblehead. That just leaves the Charisma bobblehead. You might be asking, what about the Luck bobblehead? I forgore. Getting the Charisma bobblehead can be summed up in one word: Gary.
Gary. Gary. Gary. Gary. Gary. Gary. Gary. Gary.
This is also where I grab the most important perk of the entire run, Pyromaniac. With this, the Shishkebab gains a 50% damage increase, making Trogdor virtually unstoppable. With this newfound power, I'm finally ready to take on Vault 87.
Come on. Okay, take it easy.
In the words of Ali Fillmore, I think that was enough excitement for, well, ever. If you're wondering about my levels, I just put points into medicine and pick the fast metabolism and chemist perks. But enough about that. It's time to take back the purifier for the second time. Some small prep first. I head to Lucky's and steal a bunch of Shishkebab components, get into a scuffle with scorpions and regulators, do one last trading run at Rivet City, go to Evergreen Mills for Raider armor to repair mine with, and finally go to the Citadel to embark on my sacred mission, which quickly gets cut short after an exploding car sends me flying. The second time around, I managed to follow Prime as usual and finish off the rest of the Enclave in the Memorial. I also level up where I get a very important perk, Cannibal. What's the use in a flaming sword if you can't eat your enemies medium rare? After wiping the floor with Cornel Autumn, I invoke the 5-second rule and consume him, which I feel like should give me some variant of the Meat of Champions perk. At least Mr. Teddy doesn't judge me. I insert the virus, let Lions activate the purifier, and beat Fallout 3 with only a Shishkebab. In conclusion, the Shishkebab is a fantastic melee weapon, featuring high damage, a fast swing speed, damage over time, and a 50% boost from the Pyromaniac perk. This really wasn't about whether I could do it or not. I obviously could. It was about the peasants we burninated along the way. The only real gripe was my armor, as it offered lackluster protection and was hard to find repairs for. Other than that, an abundance of stimpaks and chems made this run a breeze. If you liked the video, consider liking, subscribing, or commenting below. If you didn't like the video, dislike it and tell me how I could improve. Suggestions for a new challenge run may be featured at the end of the next video, and if you're lucky, I may make a new video based on it. This is Causal Loop, signing off. Peace.
Trogdor was a man. I mean, he was a dragon man.